My name is Lau Kah Yee. My metric number is 232023967, and then my program is Business Administration. What is a resume and what is its main purpose? A resume is a concise document, usually 1 to 2 pages, that summarize your skills, education, work experience, and achievements. It is typically used when applying for jobs, especially in the private sector. And the main purpose of a resume is showcase your qualifications relevant to a specific job, market yourself to potential employers, and secure job interview by highlighting your most relevant and impressive experience. How is a resume different from a CV? The length of resume is 1 to 2 pages. Meanwhile, CV is often 2+ pages, can be many pages. And then the purpose of resume is job application, especially in business, technology, and more. Meanwhile, for CV is for academic or research positions. Resume focus on skill and relevant experience. Meanwhile, CV detail academic background and publications. The resume is customization for each job. Meanwhile, CV is often general and comprehensive. The content of resume is work experience, education, and skills. Meanwhile, CV is education, research, publications, and honors. In summary, a resume brief and targeted, while a CV comprehensive and detailed, especially used in academia. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is ChenXuanxuan. My major is corporate communication. The key components need to create an effective resume are header, includes your full name, phone number, email address, and optionally LinkedIn profile or portfolio website. The second is professional summary or objective. A brief section, 2 or 3 sentences summarizing your career goals or highlighting your most relevant qualifications and achievements. The third is skills, a list of relevant technical and soft skills tailored to the job description. The next is work experience, include job title, company name, location, and dates of employment. Use bullet points to describe your accomplishment and responsibilities. Focus on quantifiable achievements. Next is education. List your degrees, institutions attended, graduation days, and any honors or relevant coursework. The next is certifications and awards, highlighting any relevant professional certification, license, or recognitions. Next is projects or portfolio, optional but useful for teach, design, and creative roles. Briefly describes key projects, including your role and the impact or result. The next one is keywords. Include terms from the job description to past applicant tracking systems. Furthermore, she also shares some tips on resume writing for beginners. First is tailor your resume for each job. Customize your resume to match the job description. Highlight relevant skills and experience that fit the specific role. The second is use a clean, professional layout. Choose a simple font such as Arial, calibrating, and maintain consistent formatting. Avoid excessive colors or graphs. The next is start with a strong summary or objective. A consensus statement at the top should showcase your career goals or most relevant achievements. Next is focus on accomplishment, not just details. Use bullet points to describe your achievements using action verbs and quantify results when possible. The next is keep it concise. One page is ideal for most beginners unless you have extensive experience. And the next is use keywords from the job listing. This improves your chance of getting through applicant checking systems. Next is profiled carefully. Spelling or grammatical errors can hurt your credibility. Double check everything or have someone else review it. The next is avoid unnecessary personal details. Don't include your age, photo, marital status, or unrated hobbies unless requested. Next is include only relevant education and experiences. List your most recent education and relevant work or internship experiences. The next one is be honest. Don't exaggerate or include false information. Integrity matters.
Hello, my name is Amy. My student ID is 241024491. I have interviewed my lecturer, Madam Pramita, for this class activity. What is a functional resume and when should it be used? So a functional resume is a type of resume that focuses on your skills and abilities rather than the timeline of your work history. Unlike a chronological resume, which lists out jobs and education in date order, a functional resume organizes your experiences into skill-based categories. So this format allows you to highlight what you are good at, like communication, teamwork, or technical skills, regardless of where or when you develop those abilities. So this type of resume is especially useful for beginners such as students or fresh graduates who may not have a lot of formal work experience. It is also ideal for people who have worked part-time jobs, internships, or have done volunteer work and want to showcase their transferable skills. If you have only worked in retail or customer service, you can still show strengths in areas like problem solving, time management, and dealing with customers because they are all valuable in many careers. In addition, a functional resume works well for those who are changing careers or have gaps in their employment history. It helps shift the focus away from what might be seen as weaknesses, like a non-traditional path or inconsistent job record, and instead highlights what you can offer an employer right now. So overall, a functional resume is a great tool for anyone who wants to present themselves in a best light, especially when their background doesn't follow a typical or linear path. Next, from the interview that I had with Madam Pramita, she mentioned that the key components that differentiate a good resume from a poor one are grammar and layout. So layout plays a crucial role for resume writing. If a resume is too complicated or cluttered, it becomes difficult to read and gives the impression that the applicant is disorganized. A good resume should be clean, straightforward, and easy to follow without any distractions. Grammar is equally important. A single spelling or grammatical mistake can be a deal breaker. This is especially true in contexts where English is not the first language. as employers are not necessarily judging language fluency, but rather your attention to details and professionalism. Submitting a resume with errors shows a lack of respect for the employer and suggests that you did not take the opportunity seriously. It reflects poorly on your responsibility and reliability. So as students and job seekers, it is important to proofread your resumes carefully before sending them out, because it is not just about what you say, but how carefully you present it.
Hello everyone, my name is Harshine Yohanathan and my ID number is 231023862. I had an incredible opportunity to speak with two very experienced professionals, which is Miss Shanta and also Miss Indra, about interview strategies. And I'm very excited to share their expert advice with you. So the first question that I asked them was, tell me some common interview questions. So during our conversation, Miss Shanta and Miss Indra highlighted some crucial interview questions you must prepare for. The most common question is always, tell me about yourself. The experts recommended having a clear, concise introduction ready, not about where are you from or how many siblings you have, but a strong short intro that covers your skills, abilities, and the value you can bring to the team. So this question might seem very simple, but it's the most important one. Many candidates fail here, causing interviewers to lose interest immediately. So it's essential to use this question to grab their attention and spark a curiosity. They also emphasized preparing for the follow-up questions such as, why do you want this specific role? What skill do you bring to the position? And what are your key strengths and areas of improvements? So we should make sure to research the position and the company beforehand to show that you respect and value them and their time. There can be many more depending on the interviewer and also the situation, but these are the most basic questions. The next question that I asked them is the do's and don'ts of going to an interview. So the professionals were very clear about interviews' do's and don'ts. First and foremost, they say preparation is key. So first, the do's. Groom yourself professionally. You have to sit up straight and greet the interviewers confidently. In some cases, you can use the STAR method when answering questions. The STAR, S-T-A-R method is situation, task, action, and results. Help structure your answer with clear real-life examples showing your skills and problem-solving abilities. And the don'ts were something like never ever arrive late, and you also should avoid hesitation. Do not make up answers. If you are not confident and you do not understand the question by the interviewer, ask them politely for clarification and then answer clearly. This saves time and prevent you from sounding unsure or unprepared. Also, don't rely entirely on AI tools like ChatGPT. Avoid memorizing scripted answers and also be honest and speak naturally. Remember, if you can prepare with ChatGPT, interviewers also know how AI-generated answers sound. So, tailor your responses to reflect your true experience and personality. The next question was about second interview. I asked them, what is second interview? And interestingly, they explained that second interviews are not standard for all roles. For entry-level positions, usually one interview might be enough. However, for higher-level roles, multiple interview rounds are common. The second interview typically involves higher level management, a more in-depth skill assessments, and also potential salary discussion. Finally, they also shared with me some behavioral tips. Miss Shanta and Miss Indra shared important post-interview advice, such as we should ask intelligent and relevant questions and do not ask some boring or silly questions that are already there in their website and that could have gathered from the person who called you in for interview. And also, don't negotiate salary right away in the first interview. This might give them a bad impression on you, making you look like you care more about the money than the experience and the knowledge that you are going to get. And also, show some respect and professionalism throughout the interview. You should also follow up thoughtfully after the interview, such as sending them a thank you message or email once the interview is over, thanking them for their time. These insights transformed my understanding of interviews. I hope they help you navigate your professional journey just as they helped mine. Thank you.